It's Week 15 of the NFL, where division rivals will clash in the AFC South. It's the Texans and the Colts, and it's coming up next.
First opened back in 2008, there's a look at Lucas Oil Stadium here in downtown Indy. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the Houston Texans. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes that actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
McPherson has this one teed up, and we are underway from Indianapolis. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. As we get a peek at the number 2 overall pick from the 2016 draft, standing at 6'5", Carson Wentz.
You know what I did in pregame? I made sure I touched him as he went by. I want a little bit of what he's got.
The golden arm from last week.
Oh, how much fun was that to watch that game tape, all right? The number of touchdowns, what was that, 5 last week?
Yeah.
But 0 interceptions. So you think he's due to throw a pick? But I'm betting he continues the streak in this game.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Second and 11 now. Now Wentz. And his throw's going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a 1st down.
The Colts send out their punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So here come the Texans now for their first drive. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Off-play action. Hutchins. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a 1st down.
And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. On 2nd down, it's Mitchell, and he'll get it down here to the 43.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. This defense for the Colts, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
I would think as a play call, you want to look for some quick hitters to your tight end. Any type of a route to replace where that linebacker was. Because when you saw the speed with which he reacted and stuffed that play, maybe use that speed against him in the future.
On 3rd down, Hutchins. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. DeForest Buckner has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
The Texans send the punter out, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. As the Colts offense makes their way out, we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. Our 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's Wentz to throw. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. He was locked in. 2 trips to the end zone, Charles, over 100 yards receiving.
How about the combination of route running, confidence going downfield, and the ability to go up and get the football? You're exactly right. It was hard for them to stop him.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. And his throw is incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Wentz now to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. Out now comes the Houston offense as you take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he's got this down to the 35.
And that's why defensive coaches preach swarming to the football. It's usually going to take more than one guy to get that big man down.
And it did right there. Multiple broken tackles, but they eventually get him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Hutchins. And incomplete. He dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there. 2nd down. On 2nd down now. It's Mitchell. Even with him busting through the contact, he'll still be stopped just inside the 35. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Over the middle, complete. It's Powell. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And worth pointing out, after that last completion, that puts this young quarterback over 10,000 yards passing for his career. And fair to say, he's not done yet.
No doubt about it. He's really just getting started because he's not quite into the prime of his career. So it's likely he's going to hit a few more of these milestones as this career progresses. So let's face it, we'll acknowledge this number and we'll celebrate the milestones down the road.
They'll run on 1st down. Mitchell. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Hutchins. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
To throw on 3rd down. Hutchins. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Right up how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. This will be, let's see, 38 yards out. McPherson's kick is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Hines opting not to risk it, and this will come out to the 25. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. To throw, it's Wentz. A throw for Pittman is intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And they begin in a glorious spot, to say the least. First and goal at the 2-yard line. Suddenly it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Mitchell, he is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. Looking to throw. Hutchins. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Brady Jarrett in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. If you want a lesson on how to defeat an offensive tackle, that was pretty textbook.
Is that a clip and save?
Yes.
That's what's going to go around the league, and people are going to watch that and say, my goodness, that's how you do it? And I feel awful for the offensive tackle because we always talk about the athleticism of that guy who just beat him. Well, you have to be athletic to try and block that guy. Just in this case, the defense won.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. Operating from the gun, Hutchins. This one incomplete. Probably should have been picked. A little nonchalant with the throw to the safety valve, and it's fourth down. McPherson's kick is good. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. Now, bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
And no thought of a return here for Hines. Carson Wentz, along with his offense, heading back out there for their next possession. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. I certainly know that I, for one, would not like to be on the other end of a tackle when this guy's coming at you full speed from his strong safety spot. Boy, that was a nice play.
And so much of being a good tackler is understanding and taking the right angles to a ball carrier. And that was just tremendous straight line speed there. He eliminated the angles and was able to meet his man behind the line of scrimmage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Working from the gun, Wentz. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. 6-0 our score after 1. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession. The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. From midfield, here's Wentz. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Griffin. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
If you run an out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
On 2nd down, it's Mitchell. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
Randy, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Texans. A big play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And we often talk about hang time for punts, but in this case, we should probably calculate the hang time on that throw because that one hung up there for a long time and managed to keep going and going until it found its target.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now stands at 13.
13, Colts nothing.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Hines opting not to risk it, and this will come out to the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. The drive starts with a completion left side, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Wentz. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4. When you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
The Colts send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. A 40-yard punt, no return. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes, But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Hutchins. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Hutchins. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, Hutchins. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. DeForest Buckner in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll try the left side. Mitchell. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. DeForest Buckner racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here's Carson Wentz now with the rest of his offensive unit heading onto the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Shotgun now for Wentz. He'll check this down to Hines. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Wentz going to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Taken in at the 22. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's got to be feeling pretty good, playing well. Team has the lead, so just looking to mount a drive here that ends in the end zone.
And all quarterbacks will tell you, hey, we love a running game, helps us out. But at the end of the day, they want to rely on their arm, throw the football, feel good about things, keep things moving in the right direction. Right now, that's exactly what we're seeing.
And we'll see if that continues.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
On first down, Hutchins. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Hutchins. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And this one is incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
Again, he'll drop to throw. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Grover Stewart in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fielded at the 20. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Out to the right and complete to Pittman. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the 1st on the 35-yard stripe. The Colts send out their punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. To throw on 2nd down. Hutchins. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Larson. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On third down, Hutchins. They'll run the screen with Mitchell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing on first down, Hutchins. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Third down, it's Mitchell across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. The Colts going to take over now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Throwing on first is Wentz. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Peyton Turner in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll begin up at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. And it's the Titans with the lead as they hit halftime. Derrick Henry, a touchdown run in that first half. From there, it's off to North Carolina to check on the Panthers at home in Charlotte. And that one all even as they play the visiting Bucs. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they trail.
Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Off the play fake, Hutchins. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Let's go, boys, bring it up. A gain of 9 yards.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll keep it on the ground. Mitchell. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down.
First down.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Second and 11. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
To throw on 3rd down. Hutchins. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
On first down, it's Taylor. The broken tackle, but couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
From the 36, Wentz.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes.
And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it here for the 2 points, but there is a marker down, so we'll have to see what that's about. So that one will be accepted. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Throwing his Wentz. Going up top. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They'll fake the give to Taylor. Now Wentz.
Here's Griffin on the catch. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a throw here to his running back. That catch good for only a couple. 2nd down and 8.
Out of bounds at the 36-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd.
Wentz going to give this to Taylor.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
But look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Play action. Now Wentz. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Mo Alley-Cox, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead will be cut down to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Texans getting set here to take over again on offense. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot, up 2 scores here in the 3rd quarter. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
He can't get him down.
The ball carried by the wide receiver. Julian Blackman on the tackle.
Looking to throw on second down. Hutchins. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Back to throw. Hutchins. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown. Elijah Mitchell with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans will extend their lead. But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And I tell you, from our broadcast booth, because we're pretty close to the 50, we had the best view, a bird's-eye view of that throw, and it was an absolute thing of beauty to watch. Never ceases to amaze me, the arm strength of these guys.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no thought of a return here for Hines. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They'll run on first down. Taylor takes to midfield, but no further, just a yard there.
He was taken down at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Now that's into the hands of Mo Alley-Cox, the tight end. And the Texans scoop it. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
We got it. We got it.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
Well, it reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
On first down, Mitchell. Julian Blackman bringing him down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
To throw on second down, Hutchins. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. DeForest Buckner in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Texans on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be third and forever. On third down, it's Mitchell. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
He's going to air one out, and he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. He's going to take another shot here.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a fourth down.
That was a good effort there trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
Flush to his right. And he'll hit the deck, but he did not get there. The Colts unable to convert here on fourth down. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. They'll run on first down. It's Mitchell, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Hutchins. He'll dump that one off to Mitchell. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? At this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so.
And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
Mitchell again. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Elijah Mitchell with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Texans look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
Offensive line coaches always tell their guys, if we score touchdowns, that means we got to the end zone first. That's exactly what those blockers did, clearing the way for their back.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. Is this a touchdown? That's the question. CD, what are they looking for here?
You just need any part of the football to break the plane. You don't need the whole football. It doesn't need to go over the entire white line. It's just that front part of the white line. And if you draw an imaginary plane going straight up, that's what they need to cross.
So take away the touchdown. The officials rule he did not get the football to break the plane. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
McPherson's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
Taken at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side of this one.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd.
From the 25 on 2nd down. Wentz caught here by Griffin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That's good for a Colts.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's Wentz to throw. Griffin's got it, middle of the field. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46. Working from the gun, Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
From the 38, Wentz. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The Colts on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now Wentz. And that's caught left side by Mo Alley-Cox. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, You see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Throwing now is Wentz. And his throw here's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, check Mike 33. Check Mike 33.
To throw is Wentz. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. He finds Taylor, complete. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Wentz, got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this Texans defense stands tall. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
On 1st down, Mitchell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. Mitchell. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. On 3rd down, it's Mitchell. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the 1st on the 35-yard stripe. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that 1st down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. The Texans send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you drop.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Another try after the first down sack. Wentz, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Texans scoop it. He's at the 40. 20. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw